안녕하십니까, 샷교입니다. 자, 킹덤 컴 딜리버런스 이어서 하도록 할게요. 이거 사적인 공간이래. 이거 들어가면 안 되는구나. 지금 배가 고픈 것 같은데 밥은 없습니까?
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a first.
밥이나 먹으래요. 그래야 될 것 같아요. 지금 어지럽죠? 여기로 가면은 되나요? 배고파요. 밥 좀 주세요. 어딥니까? 오케이.
Milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bozhena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
예, 알겠습니다.
How could he not be, poor soul?
밥 좀 빨리
After
주세요.
everything he's
스태미너가
gone
없어요.
through, He must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your
Okay.
fill.
And a
밥
little
줍니다,
wine
이제.
to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands.
이제
so
먹어도 되나?
I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
따뜻하게 이렇게 돌봐주시네. 여기 오니까. 역시 도시야. 시골에서만 살다 보니까. 자, 밥을 먹읍시다. 아니, 줍지 말고 먹으라고. 왜 이렇게 줍기만 하지? 아이. 다 주워. 내성 안뜰의 숙소로 가서 아침까지 자래요. 졸린가 봐. 어떡하지? 빨리 갑시다. 이쪽인 것 같은데. 저기 나 졸려요. 졸립니다. 이거 사적 공간이구나. 여긴가 보다.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
잠이 안 오나, 주인공? 많이 피곤할 텐데.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy. Did I?
My
또
lady.
먹을 거 주는 겁니까? 아유.
No, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to. But to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers.
정말
How
생각이
awful it must have been for you.
좋으시군요.
I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you.
이렇게 보살핌만 받아도 되나?
Thank you kindly.
주인공이.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you,
혹시 그 흑심이 있으신 건가?
but I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything
그러진 않겠죠?
except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world. Although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
주인공 악몽 꾼다, 악몽. 주인공의 운명이 궁금하네요. 여기서 어떻게 변하려나? 우리 엄마. 아버지. 그러게 진작에 검술 좀 알려주시지. 하나도 안 알려줘.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is that?
정말요?
What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
그렇다면 잠깐만. 우리 그 마을 사람일 수도 있겠다. 봅시다. 어떤 놈들인지. 우리 마을 사람 같은데?
Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions.
맞네.
Who else, rubber?
Ceratic. What a relief.
Is his lordship
라드
there with
직경이다.
Yes, sir. He is right here.
저분한테 칼 줘야 되죠?
you? What are you doing up
칼
so
줘야
late,
되는데.
Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Raptic, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right.
비 온다. 빨리
Believe it or
들여보내라.
not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad
문전박대는
used to
하지
say,
않겠죠.
better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Tamber?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai.
라타이로 간다고 합니다. 아무래도 큰 도시겠죠, 라타이는.
If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
장례를 치른대요.
Back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
Sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you.
나 어디도 못 가는 거야?
We'll meet again.
여기 갇힐 것 같은데.
Favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my
아버지랑
regards to Sir
어머니를
Hanush.
I will.
장례를 치르고 싶어 하는구나, 주인공은. 위험할 텐데.
Move out! Anywhere, people! Move out! Don't be a troublemaker right there now.
아, 피난민들. 저기 합류하지. 왜, 무슨 일이에요? 적들이 쳐들어왔나 벌써? 우와, 어떡하지? 와, 어떡하지?
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of
아,
Talmud.
나의 복수. 아니, 나의 원수.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Scallis and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markvard. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
항복하라는
Yesterday,
거겠죠.
His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Ceratic Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzik of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzik is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Ceratic Kobila is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzik Kobila is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
아, 한 발 물러서네요.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
뒤에 저렇게 많은 병사들을 이끌고 왔으면 거의 협박인데요. 왠지 다시 쳐들어올 것 같죠, 여기. 아, 설마. 다행이다. 돌아가자고 하네요. 다행입니다.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
역시 굳이 싸우지 않더라도 평화를 얻을 수 있다는 걸 보여주죠. 근데 왠지 다시 올 것 같아요. 자, 이제 성에서 도망쳤어요.
That fool from Skalitz has gone and jumped in the moat. Raise the alarm. He's trying to escape. You men down there. There's a prisoner escaping.
뭐라고 막 그러는데
There, below the battlement.
말을 타고 가야 되겠죠? 말을 어디서 얻을 수 있나?
Got you.
어?
Jesus, you gave me the runaround.
Let me go, for Christ's sake. I have to bury my parents.
고집이 세, 주인공이.
Except back inside.
아, 말로서는 안 될 것 같기도 하고 어떡하지? 일단은 말을 합시다.
If I don't bury them now, they'll be ripped to pieces
성공했다.
by jackdaws and scattered over unhallowed ground. And
좋아,
I'm
좋아,
stuck
좋아.
here, a stone's throw away.
집에 가서
Shove me. I'll pretend
빨리
you called me
어머니랑
up and
아버지를
I'll
묻어드려야 돼요.
I'll deal with the others. You just get out of here on the double.
오케이, 오케이.
Fuck! My ankle! Ah!
쟤 뭐야? 마을까지는 왔는데 마을이 완전히 쑥대밭이 됐어요. 폐허가 됐네. 놈들은 떠났고요. 적들이 아예 없나? 아, 완전히 살아있는 사람은 아무도 없을 것 같아요. 와, 어떡해. 시체들밖에 없어. 부모님 그 시체는 잘 있으려나? 괜찮아? 뭐야. 오케이. 산적을 만났어요, 산적. 산적 만났어, 산적. 그렇지. 아야야야야. 오지마. 피해주시고. 잠깐만. 안돼. 아직 아니야. 피해. 어떻게. 죽어 임마. 너 뭘 갖고 있니? 귀족의 신발. 사냥꾼. 오케이. 많은 것들이 있네요. 오케이. 홀딱 뺏겨놔.
did you do it to me, Father? Why? Why did you leave me? Forgive me. Forgive me for everything. Next time I won't run.
어쩔 수 없었잖아.
Never run away again.
어쩔 수 없었어. 누구도 그랬을 거야.
I remember his face. I'll find him.
그 대머리까지 놈 잡아야지. 아무래도 그게 마지막 목표겠죠?
But first, I have to find this shovel and take care of you.
삽을 찾아야 돼요. 어디 있으려나?
I remember you told me you wanted to lie beside Mother. Here. Under the linden tree. At least I can do that much for you.
Get away, you mutt!
무슨 일이지? 삽 갖고 있다. 삽.
Get away, you beast!
What's going on?
그 삽 좀 빌려주시오.
Jack. What in God's name are you doing?
살아 있었네.
Digging turnips? The beast just went for me.
Isn't that Mutt the butcher's? Mutt. And isn't that body the butcher's?
Yeah, that's him. What's that got to do with anything? Gone weak at the knees, have you?
That's right. Turn tail and run, you bastard.
너 이 자식. 여기에 이제 부모님을 묻고 이제 다시 모험을 떠날 것 같아요. 뭐라도 줄까? 왠지 동행자? 나의 펫? 나의 동료가 될 것인가?
So, let's get to it. Damn it all.
얼마나 꽉 껴안고 계셨으면 저 상태로 딱 굳으셨을 텐데. 두 사람 다 한 번에 옮길 수 없을 텐데. 힘들 텐데.
How am I going to do this?
Do you need some help? Is that him?
Yes. Can't you see the sword?
Who are you? What do you want?
Zbyszek? Who do you think we are? Franciscan brothers?
얘네들.
We're here to rob you of everything you've got. Especially that fine blade that's of no use to a peasant like you anyway.
Banish the thought. It is my father's sword.
You mean him?
아, 이게 몇 대 몇이야 이게? 안
Listen
되겠는데?
here, boy. You hand over that sword, I might just let you go.
어? 어?
You're in for a family
아,
reunion.
이거 안 되겠는데? 사람 너무 많은데?
Me alone.
Kill him, Runt! Aye, cut the bastard down.
As you like. Could have just cost you a few teeth.
전투다. 덤벼.
You're done for. Don't perdere.
한 대 맞고 쓰러진 거야? 아, 말도 안 돼.
I told you how it would end. You should have listened to me.
안 돼, 안 돼.
This is nice work. The chief is going to like it. It's new, isn't it? And now, for the Maiden Bloodletting. Surely your father never would have imagined it would be your blood.
그러지 마.
I believe there's a word for such moments. The old man would certainly know. But I'm just a common killer.
아, 아니야, 누가 도와줄 거야.
Did you
제발.
help make it? No doubt you did. Such miserable luck. To die by the sword you helped forge.
Hey, go fuckers!
테레사 살아 있었어.
The games are over.
야, 검 들고 간다, 쟤. 오케이. 내 검.
Do you need some help?
아, 검 뺏긴 거. 그리고 전쟁 터진 거.
Henry! There's work to be done.
악몽을 계속 꾸고 있어.
Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise. Henry, can you hear me? Get up, Henry.
엄마?
Wake up. It's a new day.
테레사?
Henry,
테레사구나.
Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Teresa?
You still have a fever. Uncle won't be pleased, but you'll have to stay in bed.
Where am I? In Skalitz?
We're at my uncle's mill in Rattay. I didn't know where else to go.
아, 라타이에 왔군요.
You don't remember anything? I suppose that's not surprising. I found you in Skalitz after those bandits attacked you. I thought they'd done for you, but you were still breathing. Why in heaven's name did you go back there? It was madness. They slaughtered everyone who didn't run.
My parents, I wanted to bury them. I had to...
Don't worry. I took care of it.
Thank you.
고맙네.
Any good Christian would have done the same. Now sleep. You need your strength back. You're awake.
Good morning.
아침이야?
It's near midnight. You've slept all day.
Oh. Oh, I feel like a horse fell on me.
The beating you took was worse. But at least the fever's broken.
나를 어떻게 찾은
How
거야?
did you manage to save me?
You were lucky. I was in Skalitz and I saw Zbyszek and his thugs. I tried to distract them, but it would have been no use if those soldiers from Tamburg hadn't arrived. They were searching for you and scattered the bandits.
날 찾고 있었다고?
Yes. Lord Divish sent them, led by Captain Robard. So tell me, why is a lord of such high standing interested in a blacksmith?
So Divish promised Ceratic he'd look after me. But as for why they should care, I've no idea. What in the world were you doing in Skalitz?
Waiting to die.
What?
They killed my brothers, my family, my friends.
They're all dead.
모두
All of
죽었어.
them. Everyone I ever loved. They killed one of my brothers in the mines.
After that, what did I have to live for?
Don't say that. There's always hope.
No, there isn't. But it doesn't matter. I'm a different person now.
Oh,
피곤하네.
I'm exhausted.
I'm not surprised. I'll bring you water and something to eat. In the meantime, rest. You're still very weak.
시간은 더 흘러갑니다.
Good morning to you. How's the invalid today?
또 아침이야?
Haven't felt as good as this since they lashed me to the wheel and quartered me on the town square.
이제 컨디션이 제대로 살아난 듯해요.
My uncle will be glad to hear it. I had a job persuading him to let me bring you here. If you'd lain around much longer, he really would have dumped you on the town square. You can stay until you find somewhere else to live, but my uncle will want payment for taking you in and caring for you.
충분히 오래 누워 있었다.
Uncle will be pleased he's one mouth less to feed. But are you truly well enough?
Well enough to do what has to be done. Where can I find Ceratic?
He's in the lower castle in Perkstein. He's a guest of Sir Hanush of Leipa. But someone like you can't just walk up bold as you please and demand an audience.
I know Ceratic, and I didn't bring him his sword as I was supposed to. I must see him.
If you insist. But you need to speak to my uncle first. You've been in your sickbed for over a fortnight while he paid the apothecary to tend to you, and for medicine. That's a good deal of a coin you owe.
빚 갚아야 되는구나.
I need 2 weeks. My God.
Better a fortnight in bed than an eternity in the grave. If it weren't for my uncle, you wouldn't be here at all.
I owe you both my life, and I'll repay my debt. You have my word.
All right. But before you go to town, you should eat something. You're still weak. There's food on the table for you.
Who are you and where are you going?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith. I'm going to see my liege, Ceratic Kabila of Dvoyets.
Of course you are, lad. And I'm the Pope. What do you want from his lordship and what makes you...
아니 왜 날 무시하지? 정말 이게 말빨로 되려나 모르겠네. 일단은 말을 한번 걸어볼게요.
I may not look the part, but I know about honor and duty. And mine is to tell Ceratic what happened to the sword he commissioned.
All right, then. Go ahead.
성공했다.
It'll be your skin if Ceratic isn't pleased.
오케이.
Bandits creep around in the dark without a light. Where's your torch?
횃불. 죄송합니다. 여기 계시는구나. 오케이.
Your Graces, I have to tell you in all seriousness that this land of ours is in the shit. Deep fucking shit. Don't you agree?
I might not have put it as eloquently as you, Hanush, but I've been driven out of my own castle, so I'm hardly going to disagree.
Indeed. But Perkstein is yours for as long as you need it. There's room enough for your men and you here at Rattay, and I'm sure my ward won't have any objection to me lending you his castle.
I'd be honoured. Perkstein is at your disposal as long as you wish, Your Grace.
Just as well you have another castle at the other end of town, eh? At any rate, I'm beholden to you, Sir Hans.
성도
and to you,
뺏기고.
Sir Hanush.
I don't like to speak
신세지네.
ill of your people, Ceratic.
검이라도 갖다 줘야
well,
되겠다. 불쌍하네.
there's no
빨리.
love lost between the townsfolk and the refugees. There's been talk of criminality.
Well, they'll have to get used to it until the situation's resolved.
But when will it be resolved? And what on God's earth is this war even about? I won't lie, sir. I don't understand it.
You aren't alone, Father. I believe Sigismund's original intention was to persuade Wenceslas to accept the imperial crown and to leave the rule of Bohemia to him.
Who could blame him? I know Wenceslas is a friend of yours, Radzig, but even you have to admit he brought it upon himself.
I can't deny the king neglected affairs of state for other pursuits. There is a need for order in the land, but I don't think the lords who sided with Sigismund realized just what Hungarian order looks like.
Hungarian order?
What concerns me, sir, is how a good Christian could resort to such brutality.
To give him his due, I don't think he expected the lords of this country to stand behind the king. But thanks to him, we're tearing ourselves apart, and now he has to get things under control.
But why in God's name does he have to use those barbarians?
Money is the root of all evil, young sir. Wars are costly, and this one has dragged on for a year. Sigismund ran out of coin for knights, so he recruited those whore sons that settled in Hungary. The less he pays, the more they make up for it with plunder.
That's why he attacked us. He was after our silver.
주인공이다.
You've no business here.
아니야. 나 할 얘기 있어서 그래.
Henry, who disappeared after I clearly ordered him to remain at Taunberg.
I'm sorry, sir, but I had to bury my parents.
Had to? Do you think you were the only man who lost someone there? But the others listened to their lord.
And it wasn't just your own life you nearly threw away. So Robard and his men risked theirs to save you.
I'm sorry, but I had to.
Oh, there you go. When you have to, Radzig.
Your father was a remarkable man, and your mother, she was remarkable too. They deserved a Christian burial. Did you manage that at least?
No. I was attacked by thieves. I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for that girl.
Girl?
테네사 얘기하나 보네. 테레사.
The miller's daughter saved you from the footpads? Oh, there's a tale to tell your children.
I owe her my life. She distracted them and then brought me to Ratai. But without Sir Robard, we'd both be dead.
Oh, that's what I call a good woman. Hang on to that one, lad.
Still, it's a great shame your parents are buried in unconsecrated ground. That means purgatory.
재수없는 소리 하고 있네,
Be
쟤.
quiet, friar. I didn't invite you here to eat me out of house and home and deliver a sermon while you were doing it.
If you're so concerned, Father, maybe you should save the innocent souls of these fine Christians yourself. Go to Skalitz and consecrate their graves. I assure you, if you're killed by bandits, your soul will soar straight to heaven, as long as someone buries you in consecrated ground first.
If there's anything left to bury, that plump carcass of yours
제대로
will be quite a
까이는데?
feast for the wolves and the crows. And one skeleton looks much like another, so how would we know which were your ordained bones or those of Sigismund's Tartars?
Be that as it may, why have you come here?
검
I must get your sword
잃어버렸다고.
back.
Sword? My sword hangs here at my side.
No, the sword my father forged for you. One of those thieves stole it from me.
They almost killed him and he already wants to go back.
Takes after his father, I suppose. Lad, I've lost a castle, a village, silver mines, and a good half of my subjects. Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
I understand. I'd feel the same way. But prudence is the better part of valor, and a dead man keeps no promises.
Aye. A woman had to save his fat from the fire, and now he wants revenge. What kind of fool are you, boy?
He's no fool. Henry, you have courage, but you need training, arms, a horse. Or do you mean to beat this thief at dice?
No, sir. Please, take me into your service and give me the chance to learn
오,
these
이제
things.
기사가 되는 건가?
All of him. Fled from the enemy, disobeyed your orders, duped Sir Divish, lost your sword, put Sir Robard in danger with his actions, and now he wants a promotion.
Sir Capon's right.
What you say is certainly true, except for fleeing the enemy. You would have run as well. Believe me. Henry's earned some punishment, but How do you punish someone who's already lost everything?
그래. 좋았어.
Courage and blind obedience are good qualities for a soldier, but a wise man also appreciates loyalty, perseverance, and determination. Besides, that was a fine sword that his father made. If he thinks he can get it back, I won't turn it down.
My lord, he's a peasant. You can't make a squire of a peasant.
Why not? Someone made a priest of a pig.
He isn't a peasant, father. He's a blacksmith, and recent events have left me in need of his skills. So, you'd like to enter my service?
오케이.
Yes, I would. You won't regret it.
I probably will. I'm doing this for your father, lad. Don't it disappoint me.
Oh, fortune has finally smiled on you today, lad. Make the most of it.
Now that I think about it, Sir Hanush, the boy needs training and experience, and you need spear carriers.
That's true. The bailiff is always complaining about your people making trouble in the camp. Maybe one of their own among the guard might help.
It might. In any event, it will prove valuable experience.
But let's be clear. You're the one paying him. Captain Bernard, see to his training, and then send him to the bailiff.
Yes, sir.
And don't spare.
힘들겠는데.
You can rely on it, sir.
Don't forget, Henry.
훈련 받다가 죽는 거
Don't
아니야?
disappoint me.
I won't, my lord.
I'll be with you.
자, 기본 훈련 받아봅시다.
Yes, you're that boy Ceratic sent.
Yes, that's me.
Let's get to it then, since that's what Ceratic wishes. And because you've never held a sword in your hand before, we'll start with something simpler.
Very well.
Come with me and listen closely. I don't want to be repeating myself.
Okay.
Good luck to you. So let's see what you're made of. Hold it properly and keep moving. Never stand still when your life depends on it.
오세요. 다시. 아, 이게 원래 속도군요.
Captain Bernard.
Wait a while, Henry.
왜? 뭐 끝이야? 훈련?
Let's see then. Now concentrate.
자, 왕갑을 얻었어요. 이제 공술 훈련입니다.
You've got two bandits coming at you from a distance. You shoot one in the eye, drop
활을
your bow, and
꺼내고요.
draw your sword on the other. Emperor Charles, God rest him, encouraged his
이렇게
subjects to
당겨서
learn archery.
요쯤
Even
쓰면 되나?
organized contests in Prague. But you wouldn't have gotten far there. You're holding the thing like a piece of firewood. But enough talk. There's the target. Try and hit it. Draw the bow.
맞질 않네.
Release. Try to get a feel for the rhythm. Inhale on the draw. Hold your breath for a moment, and then release the string. No jerky movements. Just let the string slide out of your fingers, as if you were about to draw it back more. It's all one movement. The arrow aiming at the target and flying at it. Shoot away.
좀 높게 잡아야
What you have
되네요.
there is a training bow. The arrow drops quickly.
높게 잡고.
Once you've trained a
오케이.
bit, you can get yourself a better one, and then those arrows will fly so fast you won't see them. Don't forget the arm guard. Once you've mastered the bow a bit, you won't need it anymore.
Has anyone told you you're supposed to shoot at the target?
아, 잠깐만.
Would you rather try shooting at a barn door? I'm not surprised.
아, 너무 높게 잡으면 안 되는데.
I didn't imagine a village yokel like you would have much skill, but you failed to meet even my low
죄송합니다. 아직
Wasting
처음이라.
your time, Sir Bernard. Nothing will come of him anyway, and at the first sign of trouble, he'll run away like any other cowardly peasant.
이 자식
After all,
아니야, 그런 거 아니야. 물론 도망가긴 했지만.
Calm down, boy. Keep in mind who you're talking to.
A braggart who was born with a silver spoon in his mouth.
Now you've
아,
really
이런.
done it. You'll go to the stocks for that.
Calm yourself, Sir Bernard. If the blacksmith boy feels he can prove himself, then let him try. Do you think you can beat me? Well?
Anytime.
아, 이거 대결하겠는데?
Very well. If you defeat me, I'll give you my bow. If you lose, you'll have to pay up. Do you even have any coin?
I don't have enough.
현실이다. 돈 없다고 얘기한 거 현실이다. 아, 못하는데 궁술. 어떡하죠? 힘들겠는데? 자, 활을 꺼내고요. 아, 어디 봅시다. 어허, 아니야. 맞추지 못해. 큰일 났다. 좋았어. 2점이야. 떨지마. 제발 떨지마. 떨지마. 아, 이거 안 되는데? 쟤 벌써 10점이야. 말도 안 돼. 말도 안 되는 실력을 가졌어. 13점이야. 어떻게 이겨?
Congratulations, Sir Hans. Nicely shot.
이거 어쩔 수 없구만.
Seems I get to keep the bow. So, blacksmith, do you know your place now, or do you need more reminding?
Sir Hans, is this necessary? Sir Hanush has already had words about you fighting with your subjects. He explicitly told me.
I know what he told you. You can just tell him I didn't listen to you. So what's it going to be, blacksmith?
If we must.
Excellent. Then let's go.
이게 검으로 대결인가? 좋아요. 검 대결이군요. 나 칼 집어넣었어 모르고. 미안. 어이씨. 이 자식. 저 페이크다 이 자식아. 오케이. 어떡하지? 얘 잘 싸우는데? 이 자식. 아래에 있어. 위에서 공격할 것처럼 해놓고선 아래에서 공격하기. 좋았어.
Gone weaker than knees, have you?
잠깐만. 요건 몰랐지. 천천히 와. 오지마. 내가 힘이 딸리는군. 내가 자꾸 뒷걸음질 치고 있는데 안 되겠어. 잠깐만. 반격 잘하네. 자. 오우, 맞기 잘하네. 맞고 피하고. 오케이. 자, 오케이. 막았어. 오케이. 하단 공격이 네가 약하구나. 하단 공격에. 좋았어. 하단 공격에 네가 약해. 오케이.
We're even then. It looks like I get to keep my bow and you your groschen. I suppose I should give you credit for taking on my challenge, despite your limitations.
Thank you.
그래도 날 인정해 주는 거.
Godspeed, blacksmith. And don't worry, this isn't the last time we'll meet. We'll have more fun like this again soon.
꼴이 말이 아니고. 자식. 나 아직 이게 막 배운 지 얼마 안 됐다고 나는. 잘난 척하기.
I see you're kitted out.
Ready to get going.
I'm Nightingale. Aren't you that lad the mill wench brought here on a cart?
예, 맞아요. 예, 그게 접니다.
Teresa. Yes, she rescued me. She turned up with Captain Robard and his knights.
All honor to the girl. She has bigger balls than most men. Tell me, how did you pay her back?
Well, I thanked her.
That's not much, is it? You should go and see her when you get a chance. So, how did you end up in the service of the bailiff?
쓸모있는 사람이 되고 싶습니다.
I don't want to be kicking around in the dirt while other men do honest work.
You're an eager one, aren't you? Come with me, Henry. We'll patrol the town and then check on the taverns to make sure they lock up in the evening.
I'm ready.
순찰 돌러 가자.
I'm supposed to try you out and, with the help of God, teach you something. So I expect you to deal with any misconduct yourself. I'll make sure you don't do anything too stupid. Let's go. What the hell is going on here now? Go and check it out, Henry.
If you won't go to the church, go back to your people. I don't want you here.
이봐.
Is that manure pile not big enough for you?
뭐 하는 거야?
What are you two screeching about? Stop making such a ruckus.
그래, 여자 괴롭히지 마라.
This filthy beggar thinks.
지금 순찰 돌고 있는데 말이야.
is Jane.
오케이,
No one
제인.
cares what your name is. This filthy beggar thinks she can come and stink in front of my shop. I want you to get rid of her.
자, 어떻게 방해하고 있습니까?
What's the problem here?
This is my shop, and I won't have beggars sitting on my doorstep. Let her go and squat in a square. She won't be in anyone's way there, and there's plenty of folk to beg from.
그렇지. 아무리 그래도 남의 가게 앞에선 좀 그렇지. 제인?
Must you sit here, of all places?
Yes, I do.
왜?
Why?
Folk drive me away wherever I sit. I can't keep walking all day and night.
한번 사정해보자.
I think you ought to leave the poor woman be.
Ha 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 ha.
Why should I?
한번 얘기해볼까?
Are you sure everything in your business is in order, Master Armourer?
What are you trying to say?
Just checking whether
성공했다.
you're aware of the town
성공했다.
saying the furnace of the forge must be at least 2 L's away from the nearest wooden building.
Of course I know.
So I can go to the rat house for the measure and check it. You know fire hazards are taken very seriously here.
No need. I wouldn't want to put you to any trouble.
Well, you can save me a lot of trouble by ending this little disagreement here reasonably.
All right. I'll let her stay.
Ah, that didn't hurt, did it?
오케이. 말로 해결했다.
Thank you 100.
말로 해결했어.
You're welcome. Just stay clear of trouble in future, understood?
자,
Of course. Thank you.
걱정하지 말고 여기서 계속 구걸하셔도 됩니다.
You'll be
이제.
in that fool's bad books for a while.
And the canon of St. Wenceslas in Olomouc was so drunk, he dragged the pig to the market square, saddled it up, and rode it out of the town gate. No, we can see.
아, 이 양반 안 나가시네 진짜.
So Peter and I rode off to look for the good canon on
문
his
닫을
back.
시간이구만.
They to find him.
아, 어떡하지? 또 말로 해야 되나?
Grown out. I mean, the beast with a tonsure on its head. We never found the real
화술이
king,
될진
for the
모르겠어요.
reverend was sound asleep in the pigsty.
Birds of a feather stick together. It seems the same goes for pigs and prelates. I toast, gentlemen, to pigs and prelates.
God save their bacon.
Sir Hans, forgive my intrusion, but I need...
Oh, but what? You want to join us? Want to buy us around? I'm afraid we don't drink with peasants. You're not in your village now, boy.
No, sir. Curfew's been rung. The alehouse is closing.
Nothing closes while I'm sitting here. If that's all.
아이고, 이게 귀족인가?
Are
어쩔
you
수
out of
없네.
your mind, lad? You can't cross his lordship. He's got a temper like a bear with gut ache. If I was you, I'd get lost before he shows it.
The bailiff instructed me to close the tavern at the proper hour. He doesn't want anyone disturbing the peace after curfew.
The bailiff? The bailiff can kiss my arse. I trust you haven't forgotten who's the rightful lord of Rattay.
No, it's Sir Hannes.
Oh, is he here? What is he? He's hiding under the table, maybe? No! Then what he wants isn't worth a fart in a bathhouse. And besides, he's only in charge till I grow up.
Which clearly hasn't happened yet.
Enough! You can't talk to me like that. I'm a
야,
nobody.
이것도
Come
이
now, sirs. You're not going to force
큰일
me,
났네.
are you?
We most definitely are. This yokel needs to be taught his place.
어떻게 안 돼. 싸우지 마, 좀. 아, 또 싸우게 됐네.
Teach you how to talk to your betters.
Well,
Give that bastard something to remember you by. Beat him down.
Crucifix! What in the name of Christ is happening here? Well, answer me, damn you!
this peasant insulted me. I had to teach him a lesson.
By rolling around in the mud like a hog? That's a fine example of noble conduct.
Sir Hannes, the bailiff ordered me
Silence! You shut your mouth and thank your lucky stars that you are Radzig's ward. Have you gone out of your mind?
아, 이거 내가 귀족이 아니어서 이거 계속 혼만 나네.
How many times have I told you that drinking with your subjects might be good for their morale, but it's bad for your honor? You spend all your days drinking and chasing wenches, which wouldn't matter if you paid any attention at all to your duties. And now we see what that leads to. Tomorrow, you will go with me to a hearing. Some landowners have asked me to settle a dispute. It'll be an excellent lesson for you.
I had planned to go hunting, but if you think listening to the pointless gripes of a bunch of old fools will benefit me, so be it.
애가 너무 자만에 빠진 거
Well, then,
아닌가?
Your Grace, I'll tell you what. You
귀족이라고?
can go hunting.
Really?
나중에 주인공한테 많이 혼날 것
Who am
같은데.
I to deprive the young Lord Capon of his sport? And you can take Henry here as your page.
Him? Absolutely not.
You'll do as I've commanded. It's time you learned how to lead people, and not just in drinking and brawling. Now get out of my sight.
Sir, I have responsibilities as the bailiff.
Not anymore. Your responsibilities now are the Lord Capon. It's time you learned how to behave in the presence of nobility.
아,
Let's
이제
go.
임무가
Tell the
바뀌었네요.
kitchen I'm hungry. It's been a long journey.
바뀌었습니다. 임무가 바뀌었어요.
Look at the state you're in.
I've brought you something.
장신구?
Oh, Hal. Is this for me?
이거 원래 비앙카
This must
건데.
have cost you a fortune, but I like it very much.
이제 테레사를
thank you.
꼬시려고 하는구나,
You
주인공이.
mustn't bring me any more gifts like that, or you'll
Hey,
spoil
lad.
me.
Don't you want a little wager on the rat?
오케이, 잘 지냈어?
So, how have you been?
I can't stop thinking about Skalitz.
아, 그렇지.
It was hell. But life has to go on. Why not clear your head and try to forget about it? At least for now.
What do you mean?
Do you feel like a walk?
That's not a bad idea. It's getting too late now. But
그래,
if you pick me
낮에
up during the day,
이제
I'll be glad to
데이트
take a
하는
walk
거네요.
with you.
As her ladyship commands?
You jester.
같이 걸을래?
Should we take a walk?
You don't give up, do you? Well, let me think. It's getting too late now. But if you pick me up during the day, I'll be glad to take a walk with
좋아요. 낮에 와야
As
돼,
her
낮에.
ladyship commands?
you. You jester.
좋아요. 이제 테레사를 꼬시고 있네, 주인공이. 자, 요번은 여기까지 하고요. 다음에 또 이어서 하도록 하겠습니다. 샤빠.